watching? Are you watching this? Are you watching this? Yeah. Are you watching this? No. You need to get with it. Are you watching this? We on a TV shit. Are you watching this? You don't wanna miss. Are you watching this? Stop canceling our shit.
I'm going to tell you, Ellen, a little story that's applicable to today about the time that I took a megabus down to Atlanta in a snowstorm. It is not today, but
Wow.
that's why I was like, let's just keep an eye on the weather.
Yeah.
Because I have a very strong distrust for meteorologists.
Agreed.
And it's really probably not their fault. We just can't predict the weather, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And so I was on a megabus, and next thing I know, there's like an inch of snow on the highway. I'm sitting next to this dude. He's on the phone talking to his friend about how he has a warrant out for his arrest. The
Oh
bus
my gosh.
driver is, she's barreling down the interstate. She's like, I'll get you there, I promise. I'm about to have a panic attack. And then she does. She gets us there. We get there safe after like me just praying to God the whole entire time.
Yeah.
And then we get down there, and she says that we have to get the bags off the street. So they just put our bags on the street instead of grabbing them under the bus like you usually do.
Yeah.
Because somebody got punched in the face the other day. And so she was like, we don't want any fights to break out.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the last time I took the megabus.
Shout out to, RIP to Megabus.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they're around anymore.
They're not, but they gave us a lot.
Of entertainment.
Yeah.
Of entertainment.
And I'm glad you got here safely that one time to the
I
snowstorm.
did.
And also today.
Yeah, it is snowing and
Yeah.
cozy in the studio.
Yeah,
So.
we are. We made it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then welcome to Are You Watching This? I am Chelsea,
And I'm Ellen.
and let's just get into it,
Okay.
Well, actually, sorry. Before we get into it, I want to take just a moment. So David Lynch passed away last week,
He did.
and I think that if we are a TV show about podcasts, or, oh my God, a podcast about TV,
Yes.
we have to talk about Twin Peaks.
Yes.
And the role that it played in mapping out the future of TV, because I really don't think we'd have a show like Severance without Twin Peaks.
Yes, that's actually a really great point. And hopefully I have something to add because I did not come prepared, but I feel like I do. Yeah. He, first of all, learning about his outside life was incredible. And I think so reminiscent to what he then brought to his art. And so that was really beautiful to learn after his passing about him too. Yeah.
Yeah, just a great artist and gave us a lot in the entertainment industry and kind of shaped it in a different way, which I loved.
Yeah, with care, it seemed like, what I hear about how he was as a director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you watch Twin Peaks?
I did about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I watched not the reboot, but the like final season that he did on Showtime 5 years ago, I think.
Was it that long ago?
So,
Okay.
and also enjoyed watching it. Can't tell you really what it was about.
Yeah.
But I love Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah.
His muse, who was Trey, also Trey in Sex and the City, which was amazing. But
Yeah. R.I.P. to David Lynch.
yeah.
A beautiful song. I watched Twin Peaks, like a couple of episodes here and there. I never really got into it because I was like, what? But I could, you just get what he was trying to do and what they did with it. Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
So what are you watching this week?
So this week, okay, I don't know if this is like against the rules. Probably is.
No.
Okay.
We don't have any rules.
True. We'll make them up as we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't think it is because the team. So what I watched and what I want to talk about is a movie. Let me start there.
Okay.
That I watched on Sunday, one of them days. And
I really want to see that.
you should. Everyone should. And that's why I did want to bring it up. Because even though it's a movie, it's a Hooray Media production, which is Issa Rae, who is from the TV landscape. So I still thought it would be appropriate to bring up. And they just did such a fantastic job from top to bottom. It was a feature film direct debut for, what's his name? I swear I had it written down. That's crazy. Oh, I feel terrible and I don't have my phone with me, but I'll look it up. And also a screenplay debut, feature film debut for Sarita, what's her last, Singleton, who I was like, does she have any relation to John Singleton? And she does not.
Oh.
But they were, like, everyone involved, such a cool team. They also, Sarita was a showrunner for a show I loved on Max, HBO, Rap Shit. That, that got canceled, I want to say last year. Time is weird now.
Relatively recently.
Yeah. And that really upset me. It was actually, I think, the final straw of, like, I was like, I've got to do something about all these cancellations. And that's probably when I texted you and was like, hey, do you want to start a podcast? So, yeah, just the whole team. The director also directed a couple of episodes on that show, Rap Shit. So, yeah, it was just such a great watch. Obviously, you got Keke Palmer, you have SZA. There are so many, well, not so many, but there are cameos of people that I don't want to spoil, and I'm so glad no one else has spoiled, that you see throughout the movie, and you're just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and it's just a delightful, joyful movie and experience that I feel like we're missing.
I'm excited to watch it. Yeah, as soon as I saw the trailer for it, I was like, this is it's just going to be a good movie, and especially with Issa Rae involved.
Yeah,
her production company.
They delivered.
I'm glad to. I didn't have my doubts, but I'm glad to hear your approval as well.
Okay, sorry. The director, Lawrence Lamont.
Okay.
I think he deserves a shout out because he shot it beautifully.
Anything else that you're watching this week?
No, not really. Just, no, not really. Nothing worth talking about, honestly.
How does that happen?
Yeah. Well, what about you?
So I have 3, well, 4, I guess, because last week I just came in with Silo. I finished Skeleton Crew, which was the Star Wars show. The season ended. I don't think they're going to have a second season. I enjoyed watching it. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, as in, like, I don't watch every single thing that they put out. I do usually enjoy them, though. My husband's a big fan, so I'll also tend to watch them. Not always. But I thought it was a really cute TV series. It's definitely more oriented for children. It's a kid's show with the kind of Goonies, Stranger Things vibes, because the main characters are kids and they're going on this adventure, and it was just a good TV show. I think that people should watch, especially if you have younger kids who might enjoy watching it too.
Yeah. So
I watched that. Did watch Silo as well, and that ended. So season 2 ended.
Yes.
Man, the ending was so good.
Okay.
But there was so much in the middle that I was just like, what? It felt a little unnecessary to me.
Yeah.
But I love the ending. Season 3, I think they're filming it currently, and then season 4 has been written. So I think we already kind of have 2 more seasons guaranteed.
Of Silo.
Yeah, and not to do too many spoilers, but I think season 3 is going to be a pretty hard shift from the second season.
I actually noticed like a few casting reveals that I was like, this must be significant if they did a whole kind of publicity thing with it.
I think people should watch it. I think you should continue watching it, but you don't have to pay 100% attention. But get to the last episode for sure.
Okay, I will,
because I think you'd then get more invested in season 3.
Okay,
I can see potential for that.
Okay.
I started kind of and finished Laid.
Yeah.
The whole series. Off the record, off the mic, I told you my feelings about the first episode and how I was a little hesitant to continue watching.
Yes.
But that character that I did not like disappears. He is in the last season.
No, I'm kidding.
Not yet. If he's in another TV show, I might.
That would be her final straw. Everyone.
Yeah.
It's enough. Get him off my TV.
He comes back in the last season, or the last episode, just for a second.
Yeah.
It was a cute show. Let's see. There's no second season confirmed.
Mm-mm.
They definitely set it up where there could be another season.
Did you like the ending? I tweeted about it. No, it wasn't like Oh, kind of moment of why the problem throughout the show.
I mean, it did answer the problem that they were trying to solve.
Yeah.
I just didn't really like the answer,
Okay.
or they just left us there, and because they don't have a second season confirmed.
Yeah, so it's heavy cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if they do pick up the season,
I feel like there's enough story. I mean, the second season would be then the reveal of that character
Yeah.
being why she's going through these. Yeah, it's like exploring that. I think there's juice there. I had notes about that show for last week.
Laid.
Yeah, Laid. Sorry, it's also on Peacock, but I didn't want to really bring it up because it was a lot. But did you like Stephanie? I don't know how to say her name.
I don't know. I think it's. I don't know.
I don't know. But did you like her character?
No, but I don't think you're supposed to.
Right.
Because I loved her in Marvelous Miss Maisel, and I loved her in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't like her character in this show, but again, I don't think you're supposed to.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she wasn't lovable. She really didn't have any redeemable qualities. I also try to go the route of like, championing women's rights and wrongs with her, but yeah, but she did play the character brilliantly. Yeah.
If they do have a season 2, she could redeem. Like, there's space for her redemption in season 2.
Agreed.
She's slowly starting to realize that there is a problem, but part of that problem is her.
I agree. And then also I guess ex-lovers is the word, not ex-boyfriends, because she didn't date everyone she slept with. But the one of them who plays this significant role in the journey of her character, when I saw him on my TV screen, I was like, oh my God, I miss him. And I wrote his name down, Michael Enegrano, because he was on Sky High, which was like one of my favorite movies growing up. I don't know if you ever watched it.
I know what you're talking about, because I saw him too, and I was like, I know who he is, but I don't remember from what.
And then it made me think about The Boys, like, because Sky High is about like a school of superheroes. And then it made me think of The Boys, and then it made me think of Gen V, which is the spinoff of The Boys. And when they announced Gen V, I was like, oh, I really hope it's going to be like Sky High. Anyways, it was a whole like mind thing going on, but I was very happy to see him on my TV screen.
Yeah.
So Laid.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
I'd say watch it.
Okay.
It's not a huge time commitment.
Yeah.
I think the episodes are 40 minutes, maybe 45.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah.
Easy to. I think there's only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Watch 'em.
Easy. Yeah. That's also why I really didn't want to bring it up last week. I was
Yeah.
like, it's not worth it. But I mean,
I watched it. I finished it. I mean,
yeah. And worse shows have been renewed for a second season. So,
yes.
and it's not terrible.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm not emotionally invested in like, oh, I hope they bring it back. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I could see watching the next season.
Agreed.
The last one is The Pit, which is the new medical drama that's on HBO Max. Boy, it was it's such a different vibe than the usual HBO Max shows.
Or even medical drama shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't think I really like this. But it was one of the only shows that I watched, I guess, last week that I actually, after I was done watching it, and the next day I was like, I kind of want to watch the next episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why, because I really, the whole time, was like, I don't think I really like it.
It was a lot.
It was, and it was the young kid character.
Yes.
Was so cliche.
Yeah.
Like his outfit was cliche, and like he was so angsty.
Yeah.
And I felt like we'd moved past that on TV, especially HBO and Max. But here we are.
Yeah. I started watching it. I abandoned it halfway through episode 1. I do want to get back to it. I just am waiting maybe for like 5 seasons to be out. I mean, it's 5 episodes to be
Okay,
out.
I was like 5 seasons. I mean, yeah, that might be a good idea too.
Right. But I was really looking forward to it because of the cast and
Yeah.
what it seemed to be about. And then also Max doesn't really give us a show
Mhm.
that sucks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I had it, so originally it was on my list of shows to watch, like that I'm excited for 2025, but I brought it up to the top because it had already come out and I'd watched it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep watching it, so if you don't want to, I'll keep you up to date
Okay.
if it's worth diving into at some point.
I'm gonna check in. I'm gonna
Yeah.
check back in. Yeah, because how many episodes are right now? 2?
Yeah, maybe two.
Yeah. Who's the lead in that? Noah Lyle.
I don't know his last name.
He's a hottie. That's all I
He,
got.
he is handsome. He
Yeah.
is. But all the characters, they're just so annoyed at each other and at
Yeah.
their own job, and nobody was happy on that show, which I guess it is about emergency room, so why would you be happy? But
Yeah.
I don't know. Go watch it. Everybody should go watch it.
Yeah, please watch.
Oh, okay. So who are you nominating?
Who am I
week?
nominating? Again, I'm throwing everything off this episode. But I have no nominations. And I was like, should I force it? Should I go back?
You don't have any
I
nominations?
have no nominations. I will say though, last week you nominated the writer for Abbott for the crossover episode with Sunny. Watch that. Hilarious. Deserves that writing nom that you gave it. I also thought it was brilliant. Yeah, that was incredible.
Well, mine is I'm nominating Ben Stiller for directing for the first episode.
Whoa!
Miss Cobell, which he's been nominated before. They actually have not won a Primetime Emmy. The show's won like creative Emmys, and he's been nominated before. But I'm surprised that you didn't.
I was just letting
nominate
it
the
marinate
Irving.
a little bit. I was gonna let that. I did say, if you listen to our previous episode of the recaps, I did say Milchick is give him that award right away, and he'll probably be a supporting actor nomination. So if I'm gonna lock that in. Let me lock that in.
Okay.
But yeah, the person who plays Milchick on
Yeah.
Severance.
I just thought I was surprised that you said that because I thought you were going to come in heavy with that.
I was gonna, give it 3 episodes at least, and then be like, all right, I'm ready.
You can, if you have to wait for a specific episode, because they will have sometimes specific episodes for
Yeah.
the. I don't quite understand how that works with the Emmys, but
A specific performance.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if you need for that to happen, but I think he can just be nominated for actor.
That's true. That's true. Okay, yeah, I'm putting him in.
Okay.
And then you're putting in Ben for the director.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think is he scheduled? Have you looked at?
That was the other. I don't know if he is going to direct any more episodes. I'm sure he'll probably direct 1 or 2 more, but last season I think he only directed 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I think it'd probably be about the same. So I was just like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay. And we're not, okay, I guess that's true. We're not like doing it for a specific episode. We're just throwing out nominations. So it's not like you're nominating him for this specific episode. You're just throwing out that.
I did do this specific episode, but I might change that down the road.
Okay. I do think, I don't know, I just feel like they're going to give us more and we'll be wowed more in all of the categories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna talk about the shows that we're excited about coming out this year.
Yeah.
And I think you have both, right? Like new shows and shows coming back.
I just did new shows.
Okay.
I looked through shows coming back. Yeah, but I'm way more excited to talk about these new shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My list for the new shows, I have a pretty good list. I have some that are coming back that I'm also excited about. And I also only listed ones that had official release dates because there's some like Righteous Gemstones coming back and they say it's going to be 2025, but there's no
Yeah.
like month or
I
anything.
actually just put one in because they revealed the premiere date today.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, let's talk about that.
All right. Well, what is one of your shows you're looking forward to this year?
I'm gonna go ahead and start with. Okay, I'm gonna start with Watson. Yep, it's gonna be on CBS, Paramount Plus. It's premiering January 26th, and it's a procedural. And I think procedurals play such an important part in the TV landscape, and I love them, and I think everyone should still watch them, and it's one of the reasons I also fell in love with watching TV. Morris Chestnut is the lead. He's going to be playing Dr. Watson. it is based off of the Sherlock Holmes world. So Sherlock Holmes had a partner, Dr. Watson. So it is what they labeled it as is doctor and a detective. And I'm very excited to see just like every case, yeah, every episode's a new case, and then the development of the characters and their relationships, and he has a team, and I love that aspect of it. And Mars Chestnut is the lead, and honestly, I was sold there, but I also do love the Sherlock Holmes world, so I'm very excited.
I saw that and I was curious. I didn't put it on my list only because there's been several iterations of Sherlock Holmes shows,
Yeah,
and some of them are so good.
yeah,
The Sherlock BBC one with Benedict Cumberbatch
yeah,
and
that was the best one.
Arthur, whatever his name is,
Yeah,
so good.
yeah,
But then there's been other iterations where I'm just like, we didn't have to have that.
yeah,
So I'm a little hesitant because of that. I do have faith that it will be a good show, but
yeah.
I I just didn't put it on my list.
I feel like it's easier to nail Dr. Watson than it is to nail Sherlock. I think that's more of a you really need to, get the right actor in that lead role for it to not be such a doozy or corny or something like that. But because I also wrote, like, it seems can be, like, even the Watson show could turn out to be corny, but I don't know. I believe in Morris. I feel like he's got this. I feel like he'll be a great leading man. And I mean, procedurals have elements of corny to them. They
Yeah.
have to, but I think he'll do great. I'm confident. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
When
looking forward
when
to
does that come out?
January 26th.
Okay, so soon.
last
Okay.
week, next week?
Yeah.
This week? Next week.
Next week.
Next week, yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused with
I think
dates,
next
but yes.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you?
I'm gonna let's see if there's one that I try to write them in order of how I want to mention them, sort of, but also not really. So I have The Studio, which is the Apple TV show. It's coming out March 26th. It has Seth Rogen.
Yes.
He is a movie executive, or he
Yeah.
works in the movie industry, and he's trying to uphold the respect of movies, I guess, in a
Yeah.
industry that it's, at least in this scenario, where they're failing. And I like a lot of the Apple TV shows that are coming out. I think he's
Yeah.
funny.
Mhm.
He can be a lot. So I'm curious about him being in a TV show, so like a weekly thing.
Did
But
you watch the TV show he also has on Apple TV
mm-mm.
with, I want to say, it's called Platonic.
Oh, I have not seen that.
You should. It's a great show, actually. I want to say it's him and Rose Byrne.
Oh, I do remember that one now. And you did say it was good?
It was good.
Okay.
It's short. And I think they did get a season 2 renewal. So I'm looking forward to that. But
Okay.
I feel like Seth and Evan, they're his team
Mm-hmm.
mate. They produce and put out and create really good shows. So I also had that show on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 And that one comes out relatively soon.
Yeah. What I wrote down about that show is I'm very excited to explore the Hollywood world. Like, I love when TV shows are so specific about a world. I was one of the terrible ones that loved Entourage, and that also explored the actor side of Hollywood. So I'm excited to have a show that has a different aspect of Hollywood and movie making or TV making and
Mhm.
seeing how that plays out.
I never watched Entourage, so
No.
no say about it. I have no
Okay.
good or bad feelings.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should have great feelings. I'm like, should you even no. I think it doesn't age well, but it is great. Yeah,
It belongs in time where it's at.
exactly. Okay, I want you to give us another one and then I'll go.
I have Alien Earth.
Oh.
It's going to be a Hulu FX show. I'm not a huge sci-fi. Well, I'm watching Silo, which is kind of sci-fi, but that's not like my biggest thing. And I've never seen an alien movie because it's based like in that same universe.
Yeah.
But Noah Hawley, who did Fargo, this is the project he's been working on for a while. And so I'm curious about it because of that. I think that he will make it really good, and I think I would get really into the story because of that,
Yeah.
and then just kind of fall in love with the premise and the world after.
I haven't heard of it. I will check it out. When does that come out?
That one, it did not have a official release date, but it did say 2025,
Okay.
like in the springs, I
Okay.
think.
So
So
like
just
April, March.
it's already finished, filming and everything.
Is there like any actors that you saw in it that pointed out
Not
like
that popped out to
okay.
me.
Oh, I like that. I like we're introduced to new actors and see what they can do with the role. Okay, my next one, I'm really excited for this one, and this definitely comes out next week. Paradise.
What one is that?
It's the one with This Is Us creator Dan Fogman, and then it has Sterling K. Brown as the lead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be premiering on Hulu January 28th. Sterling K. Brown teaming back up with Dan Fogman, who they worked together on This Is Us, which, was incredibly emotional and familiar. Like, it was based on family. This is a totally different landscape. It is about like a secret. Sterling K. Brown plays a Secret Service agent who protects the president, and then something happens under his watch, and we are finding out who, what, when, where, why this thing happened. And James Marsden plays the president. And that's honestly all I got, and I love a hot cast. I live for a hot cast, so.
I remember us talking about that now. I didn't remember that was the name of it. And
Yeah.
I did watch the trailer, and James Marsden, I was like, hell yeah. Come to find out, it's in the trailer, so not a spoiler. He dies.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, how much is he going to be in the TV show, though? He could still be like a pretty big part. I just don't know. But I was like,
Yeah.
man, if he dies, though, in the first like 3 episodes, that's not going to be fun.
Right, I know. Yeah, but I feel like they'll go back to, a little, what's it called? Like back history of how it came to be.
Mhm.
Yeah. Don't have anything else? No. Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
When is that again?
January 28th next
Okay.
week. I feel like that's Wednesday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I'm also excited for Sterling K to have a lead role on a show.
That's a good point.
I feel like, This Is Us, he had one of the lead roles, but this is him, and I feel like he is also in his prime as an actor, so I love this for him a lot.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that. Let's see. I wrote down 2 that again. I wrote down It, Welcome to Derry, which is a spin-off of the It series from the movies. It's going to be on
Okay.
HBO. That one also didn't have like an official release date. So I guess I lied when I said I only wrote down 1. But I did double check that these were like actually coming out this year, not just rumored to be coming out.
Yeah,
So sorry about that.
it's okay. We're cool.
I'm curious. I'm more curious about it, so I can't say that I'm excited. But I did like the 2 It movies. I read it. It was my very first Stephen King book,
Okay.
and I just think it's like a weird story. I think the ending is terrible, so I'm always curious to see how they change that in movies.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about it because
Okay.
it's just weird.
I'm trying to see how they would tackle it on TV, like the premise.
I think it's an origin story of Pennywise.
Oh.
Maybe. So Bill Skarsgård is still going to be Pennywise.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really recognize any of the other characters that, like, they didn't pop out to me. So I'm just curious about how they're going to handle that.
Yeah.
Going to be super gory? Is it going to be more story-based?
I wonder. But that's coming out this year.
Hmm.
Okay. Now that's on my list. I'm very excited to see how they do that.
Did you see the movies?
I did. That's why I'm like, yeah, it could go either way. Is it? I don't know. Yeah. Does he go after? Because people die. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see.
Yeah. I think there's just so much they could do with it. So
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
I agree. Okay. So this one I just added before heading here because Mindy Kaling posted on Instagram a release date finally for the show, Running Point. It's gonna be on Netflix. It was created by her, Elaine Coe, Ike Barinholtz, and David Stassen. and she has worked with Ike and David before
Yeah.
on the Mindy Project.
Mhm.
Mindy, Ike, and David are going to be the runners. That's going to be on Netflix, premiering February 27th.
Okay.
I saw it before. Kate Hudson's the lead. And I saw it before, but I never got the premise of the show. So I looked it up actually for the first time today. And it said, when a scandal forces her brother to resign, Isla, or who Hudson will play, is appointed president of her family's storied LA basketball franchise. She'll have to prove she was the right choice for the job in the male-dominated world of sports. So then I was like, huh. And then I saw the executive producers, and Jeannie Buss, who runs the Lakers, is one of the executive producers. And I was like, well, this makes sense if she's on board with this, because I feel like it's kind of her story. And I thought that was really, really cool. And again, it's a different landscape on TV, like of a different world that we have not seen on TV yet. And the cast is also amazing. It's got Brenda Song,
Okay.
who, I don't know, the last thing I saw her on was a show on Hulu called Dollface, and I think she needs to be in more things. I think she's so talented. I love her face. I love her. And also Max Greenfield,
Love him.
Schmidt off New Girl. Then Jay Ellis, Lawrence off Insecure. And then we had Chet Hanks, which, is Chet Hanks and his Jamaican voice. So
I don't know if we need to be giving that man any screen time.
I'm so excited to see what he does with it. I think he's going to kill it. What? That's Tom Hanks' seed. Like, that's...
Yeah, but we have Colin Hanks, and we're good.
That's true. That's true.
we don't-
God, I love me some Colin, too. Yeah, that's true.
Well, so, yeah, I do remember seeing this one, too. There is that show Winning Time on HBO.
Yes.
That's the same story, but it's not her story. It's like a modern version of her story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. It's not reminiscent.
Okay.
And I don't even think I feel like Winning Time, there was a lot of like heavy basketball play,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be more of the back office drama around it. Because I know for Winning Time, they got like actors who can play basketball and stuff like that. And from what I saw, they released, why can't I think of this word today?
Trailer?
No, kind of like promo photos, like stills.
Mm-hmm.
And the stills just show the actors in an office kind of setting and no one really playing basketball.
Okay.
I'm very excited for that.
I'm excited about that, too.
Yeah.
You've really hooked me in with it, because, again, I had seen it, but I was like, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if I remember about it.
I feel like we'll talk about it. I think it'll
so,
do
too.
well. Yeah.
Now that
There's a lot you can say about Mindy, but she does know how to make at least a very good first season of a show.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded like shade, but it's not. Okay.
Yeah. And I find her personal life very interesting, too.
Very
so,
fascinating. Yeah.
love it. Let's see.
What else
I
we
got
got?
a couple more. I'm trying to see. I think I have one more Apple show,
Okay.
which is Dope Thief. It comes out March 14th, and it has
Yeah.
Brian Tyree Henry. I haven't seen him in a TV show since Atlanta, which is one of the best shows, I think, from top to bottom. Amazing. He was in Bullet Train, and he's been in a couple movies since then.
He was actually on a TV show that came out last year,
What was it?
but we don't talk about it because it didn't do well.
Oh, okay.
And it was stacked. I'm gonna pull it up. The cast was stacked, and the fact that it didn't do well, like I didn't even watch the first episode, because the fact that it didn't do well tells me a lot.
That's interesting. That's, I guess, why I didn't remember it.
Maybe he wasn't in it. What if they just like
Wiped
erase
from the
it? Yeah.
internet.
Like, let's not talk about that at all. I'm gonna find it, you guys. Sorry, do you have anything else to say about that show?
No, I'm excited about it. The premise is just that he and his friend act as like impersonate DEA agents so they can go into a house and steal their drugs
Yes.
to sell, and they get kind of caught up in the whole situation because it's actually like a bigger operation than they anticipated.
Yeah. I'm very excited for that one too. Okay, they're saying it's a mini series. It was a mini series. I don't think so, but whatever. It had Kate Mara, Brian Tyree. I want to say names, but I don't think people will know these names. But if you saw the faces, you'd know.
Mhm.
Brian J. Smith, you'd know his face. Mark Pellegrino, you would know his face. I'm just telling you all. But it was, yeah, it was a heavily stacked show, and
What
it
was
was
it
on
called?
Hulu. Oh, sorry, Class of '09.
Oh, I do remember that, and I
Yeah,
don't remember anybody talking about it.
nobody. And it was like an FBI group, like class, I guess, of '09 of the FBI department, and some shit went down, but nobody talked about it. And that's also one of the cool things about TV. It's like a show can come out and just really does not do well.
Especially nowadays with
Yeah.
so much content coming out. But now I am kind of curious about it, so I might watch at least the first episode this week.
Good luck.
Just I don't know. I want to see how bad it is. Watch me love it. I'll be like, actually, this TV show is great.
Right. Everyone else is tripping. Right.
Obviously,
Honestly.
I have a great taste and opinion, so
Oh yeah, that's why we're doing this podcast. I trust you.
yeah.
Let me know if it is as bad as as everyone apparently has decided it is. Okay. What other one do I have? I don't think it's worth mentioning.
We don't even go into details. You should just mention the name.
Okay. I don't even think it's worth mentioning.
Well, now you
How about
have
you do
to.
another one? How
Okay.
about you do another one?
We have talked about this one. Chad Powers, the Hulu show with Glenn Powell.
We have not talked about
Yes,
this
we have.
at all. I'm like,
Yes.
yes, oh. But isn't that going to be a Disney show?
Mm-mm. It's gonna be on Hulu.
It's going to be on Hulu?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. That's
Which
true.
the premise is that he is a failing football player, and so he disguises himself as a walk-on and like a failing Southern
Yes.
football team.
Yeah. Doesn't he have the weird wig on?
Yeah, and prosthetics.
Yes.
I honestly really don't know how well the show, like how good it's gonna be. I think it has potential.
They actually aren't marketing it.
No, they were for a little, like when the premise first came out, but I haven't really heard
When does it
much
come
beyond
out? Do you know?
that. No, I didn't. I know that I checked that it was coming out, and I did not write down that date.
Because on all my lists, like all the lists I pulled up, it was not even mentioned once.
It was
As I checked
mentioned only once, and I was on some weird website, so
that.
yeah.
That's unfortunate. I don't know. And it's Glenn Powell who's having like this big moment.
That's why I got excited about it originally.
Yeah.
I really mainly just like looking at him, but yeah,
Who
hopefully
doesn't?
this doesn't tank his career.
I mean, it could be a class of '09 where they just, they put it out, but they don't talk about it. And everyone's like, that never happened. It's like a fever dream, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, wow. Because when you mentioned, I was like, what? Because nobody mentioned it this is crazy. I'm having a moment. This is crazy. Why are they
I wonder if like reviews came out and they're like, eek.
yeah, let's reshoot or something. Let's push the date. I want to know when it comes out. Okay, sorry. My next one, it's actually coming out tomorrow. It's an Apple TV show. Do you have this one?
I don't think so.
In Prime Target,
Okay.
Leo Woodwall,
Mm-hmm.
British actor. I believe the last thing he was on was a show I refused to watch on Netflix because the movie effed me up. There's a lot of ums happening today. I apologize, you guys. One Day.
Yes.
Yes. Did you ever watch the TV show?
I almost started it this past week just out of curiosity, but I was like, I'm not in the mood for this yet.
I hope I'm never in the mood for it, honestly. Like, I refuse. And there was a moment there on Netflix, every time I went on, it would be like the first option for me. And I'm like, no, I'm
Yeah.
good. I think the last thing, like, traumatizing love story I watched was the one you just recently watched.
Yeah. She's referring to Normal People,
I
which is a
am.
mini series based off a book.
Yeah.
Which I do want to read the book. I didn't think about this till after I finished it. It was a show that I did not care ended because it was so emotionally exhausting. Usually you feel like a show ends and you're sad and you're like, what am I
Yeah.
gonna watch? Like, I'm gonna miss these characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God. What? I can't take this one more episode.
And that's exactly what one day is gonna be like if we ever watch it. So
Yeah.
it's like, why put myself through? Why?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm really good. But Leo's gonna be in another show. It's coming out tomorrow, but our tomorrow is not your tomorrow. It comes out Wednesday, January 22nd. And he's this math genius that apparently unlocks like a global math code key that can unlock, creates a global math code key that can unlock everything. So now governments want him, and he's like on the run and fearing for his life. And so it's like a thriller action, and it seemed fun, and I'm definitely going to watch that.
I'm excited about that now too. Now,
Yeah.
something to watch tomorrow. Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
This one is Task. It's gonna be on Max, and it's a mini series. It's
My face, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You're pulling out shows, I swear. I'm like, I know TV, but
I'll show you again. I was on a very weird website.
okay.
It has Mark Ruffalo,
What?
and I'm really curious about it because it's the same guy, Brad, I think Inglesby, who wrote and directed Mayor of Easttown,
Yeah.
and I loved that show.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
That was a show that it made sense. It was a mini series. It should just stick to it, but I could have watched
Yes. More.
many a seasons.
Yes.
Kate
I agree.
Winslet from Pennsylvania or wherever she's supposed to be from.
Yeah.
I love the whole thing. I think that it'll be really good if he's involved in it.
Is it going to be a miniseries?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
it said
Okay.
online. And I like Mark Ruffalo.
I love him. Who doesn't? If you don't, you're crazy. Genuinely crazy.
His role in Now You See Me, I love it so much.
God, I love it so. And he's played so many roles, and the fact that you pulled out the Now You See Me credit of his whole filmography
Because
is
that's one of his best movies.
it is one of his best movies.
That and 13 going on 30.
Obviously. And it's also why we had to do this podcast.
Yeah, this
'cause
is
you get
why
it.
we're here.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Mark, love him so much. And that is so cool that he's doing a TV show soon.
Yeah. I did not write the date down for that one either.
Hopefully it's soon.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I
The
think
thing I love about TV shows is that you get to see these like actors more than once, or more than an hour and 30 minutes, or more than 2 hours.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I just love that aspect a lot.
if they're good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't
Not
want
like
the
that
same
actor
person.
you don't want to talk about on Late.
He's not even an actor, okay?
Yeah. That's
That's-
right, internet.
yeah,
He's not.
What you got?
That's it. That's all
That's-
I've got.
Okay.
I only kept it to new shows.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything coming back.
So, okay, I'll run through some of the other stuff. I might kind of cut some stuff out then.
No, I feel like mention them because I think I'm on the same page as, I think we watch the same shows.
Mhm.
There's a few overlaps, so I'll probably have something to chime in about.
Well, okay, so this one you might or might not. Daredevil Born Again.
Yes, I saw that.
Did you watch it when it was on Netflix?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
Yes, I did.
I did not watch it when it was on Netflix. My husband did. He loved it. He talks about all the time, and
Yeah.
he's so excited.
So excited.
I think with it being Disney, Marvel, it'll have a little bit of an upgrade.
Yes.
Because it was a little bit of a CW show before.
It was. Hold on, not too much on CW.
It's the vibe, it was a little bit more.
I know the budget wasn't budgeting. That's
So
pretty much,
I
yeah.
think now that it'll be like part of the official Marvel universe.
Yeah.
A little
A little,
step up.
yeah.
little
And when I say
polish.
budget, I don't mean like, the costumes, but I'm like, even like writing and stuff, like, yeah. So I get what you mean.
That wasn't a diss. It was just the vibe.
Okay. I love my CW. I also think Disney have been doing a fantastic job with all the Marvel shows.
Mhm.
So I think it'll be great.
Yeah.
And I was also shocked that it got moved. Or is getting a different, I don't even know what you'd call it.
I'm surprised it got picked back up, and then the same characters, or at least the same guy who plays Daredevil, is going to be the main character again.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that it seems like they're more or less just picking the show back up.
That's what
just on a different platform with more money.
Yeah. I mean, good for us. Good for your husband.
I did write that one down, the date, March 4th.
Yes.
So that's relatively soon. There's a show, and I guess it's coming out January 21st, so that's today. And I don't know about this one, but I probably will watch it. It's called The Joe Schmo Show. There,
not hear
there
about
was an iteration of this show a while, like probably 20 years ago.
Okay.
I don't remember it really then. The name just sounds familiar. The reason it hooked me is that it's kind of similar premise to Jury Duty, which I really liked Jury Duty. It was very emotional. I had a hard time with it. I couldn't tell like if it was a good thing, if it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately you realize that like everybody loved the guy who the prank
Yeah.
was being pulled on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is going to be the case for this one though. The premise is it's a guy, he's on a reality TV show, but he's the only one that doesn't know that it's scripted or like fake.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't look like they're being as nice to him.
Yeah.
So I'll have to see.
Okay. And it's scripted.
Yes, except him. You know, did you see Jury Duty?
Yeah, I did. Okay. So it is like legit, exactly like.
Everybody around us are actors except him. So we'll
Dang.
see.
Yeah.
I won't have a high tolerance if it seems like they're kind of, especially with a reality show. It looked like, or sorry, it's a game show
Okay.
that he's like competing in,
Yes.
and it kind of looked like Wipeout. And I guess if he knows that he's already going to be on a
He's
show
signed up
like
for
that, I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting. What's it going to be on?
TBS.
Okay. Nice.
So
And
then
that comes out today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry. Tuesday. January 21st.
Yeah, January 21st. The last one, and this one it has no release date, it has no official confirmation, but if you Google it, something's there, and it showed up on my weird list that I found. So who knows if it's actually coming out, but if it does, I'm super excited. It's a show called The Paper, and it's an offshoot of The Office, so it's going to be on Peacock. What got me is it's going to star Domhnall Gleeson. That's the rumor, and as the main character.
Yeah.
And I love him.
Yeah.
I love him so much. And he's supposed to be working for a failing newspaper company. I think kind of set in the same universe as The Office, but not The Office, not a remake of The Office. So I'm curious if that gets made because, yeah.
That seems, interesting and fun. And it's going to be a comedy? Is there?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's if it's supposed to be part of like an offshoot of The Office. It could be an interesting turn if it was like more of a drama.
That would be. Was there?
Murder mystery.
Right. Why the newspaper died.
Yeah.
That's the murder. Was there a creator, showrunner listed on it?
Not that I remember. This was one that looks like it might not actually end up coming to fruition because there's like no details about it.
Okay, yeah.
I was just like, I have to write it down. I just gotta see.
Okay.
See.
Hopefully, this website of yours.
I will send it to you.
Okay.
It wasn't like a not official website, but it definitely was one that might not know 100% what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It might have just been making stuff up. I have a couple of ones that are coming back.
Okay.
Severance, obviously, but we're doing the recap.
Yes.
I wrote it down just because I felt like if I'm making that list, I can't not include it.
Agreed. And it has to be number one.
Yeah. The White Lotus.
Yes.
That one's February 16th. I love Mike White. They were going to get Walton Goggins, Parker Posey, Natasha Rothwell is coming back. Yeah.
I love her. You watched the first and second season?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I loved it.
I did too. They take you on a journey. Like, he takes you on a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which Mike White is a very interesting guy because he is a movie writer, or was before, because he wrote or was one of the writers for School of Rock. He played Mr. Schneebly.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is obsessed with Survivor, so he went on Survivor.
He did?
Yeah.
What?
He did not win, but he made it like relatively far. And I think he's been on like Big Brother and all this stuff. And then, so that's how I knew him at first. And then White Lotus comes out. And I'm like, wait, is that same guy that I watched on Survivor? Okay.
I love it when someone has all these different interests, but people still take them like seriously because they are still so good at their art.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Another one is Gypsy Rose, Life After Lockup, Season 2.
I saw that. I was
March
like,
10th.
am I going to watch this?
Did you watch Season 1?
No, I did not.
You really don't have to.
Okay.
You can just pick up on season 2. You know the story.
Was season 1 she was out already?
Yes, it follows her like
Life
the
after.
day, like right when she gets out. And I did you watch The Act?
Yes.
With
Oh my God, did I? God, talk about TV shows that traumatize you.
that show? It's obviously it's a dramatization
Yeah,
of what happened, of those events.
yeah.
Um, but even if it's half of what actually happened,
The thing is, and now, do you remember the leads? They just played the role too well. Like
yeah,
they
it was
were,
Patricia Arquette who's in Severance,
and Joey King.
Joey King,
Yes,
and then the guy who played her boyfriend.
yes.
I've never seen him in anything before. He played that role to a T.
To
He
a
looked so
T.
creepy.
That's like, everyone nailed their roles, and it just, you did not feel good.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Sorry, how did we get to the act? Just
Oh, just because that's what made me watch Life After Lock Up
okay.
Gypsy Rose, because I watched that and I was like, well, I need to see what this girl's doing now. And it is, well, she is pregnant.
She's been out a year.
I think a little over. I think it's been longer than that.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because she had a boyfriend, she broke up, she got engaged, she's been pregnant. Has she had her baby yet?
She had a boyfriend in prison. They broke up. She got another boyfriend. They got married while she was in prison.
Okay.
Then she gets out. She's with her husband. And then she goes back to her other boyfriend before they're even like divorced.
Okay.
She gets pregnant. I don't think she's had the baby yet.
And I think this is why I can't watch the show.
It's
I feel like, let's get her help instead of...
That's exactly what I think every time I watch it. This poor girl, like, she knows nothing else.
Yeah.
So I don't really blame her.
Yeah.
Except I might a little. After watching The Act, I'm like, I don't know.
After watching the act, you blame her? You don't blame her mom?
Well, no, I do blame her mom, but I think she learned from her mom to manipulate people.
Oh, fair.
And she talks about that. She says, like, that's the only thing I know how to manipulate people, and I'm trying to unlearn that. But I'm like, so then when are you manipulating people?
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm tuning in for that mess.
Let me know if it's worth. See, I love the kind of like the Mormon wives.
That's another one on the list.
Yeah. They're in on them. Like they want.
They're 100. They're playing it up.
Exactly.
That's Which that one, Secret Life of Mormon Wives, it just says spring 2025. I know they were recording it, filming it.
Yeah. Season 2.
Yeah. Which
Spring 2025.
Yeah.
Okay, that's soon.
Which, with the TikTok ban, somebody was saying, let's see if Mom Talk can survive this.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to watch that.
Yeah.
There is also Andor season 2. It's going to be their last season. It comes out April 22nd. Did you watch?
I did not. My brother did. He loved it. It's been on my list forever.
It is just a good TV show.
Yeah.
Again, it's set in the Star Wars universe. It's the same actor. It's the same timeline as Rogue One.
Okay.
The actor Diego Luna, which what a name.
Honestly.
He's very handsome too. The show's just a good show. It's like Batman or The Penguin.
Okay.
That it was just a good show. It wasn't a good show because it was set in this universe. That just happened to be the universe that it's.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
Okay.
April 22nd.
So I got some time to watch season 1.
Yeah. Yeah. The Last of Us, the second season comes. I loved the first season.
Okay.
You didn't watch it? Or did you not like it?
I liked it. I didn't finish it. Also, the fact that they had like stories within stories. Right? Is that what you call it?
Yeah. Because like there's whole episodes where the main characters aren't
even. I think it made it easier for me to just put it away for a minute and then come back. I feel like if it was, a consistent storyline of these main characters, I'd be like, okay, what happens next? But I do like the stories.
Yeah. Especially that one episode with Bill.
That's the one I ended up on.
Whew, well, really, yeah.
That was
emotionally.
Exactly. Thank you. So I needed a moment, and I've taken several moments since. I'll be back.
I am excited about it because the first season was so good. I really do try to avoid spoilers Drake will just go online and like look up all, like, if he doesn't understand a backstory or something, then he's doing all this research.
Oh,
But
that's hilarious.
I like to leave it up to my imagination sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty certain that I know what's going to happen. And I think if what I think is going to happen happens, I'll probably will stop watching it.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah. And I'm just going to be vague on that because
Okay.
it might be one of those things that somebody doesn't know about.
I mean, is it a character dying?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. There's a lot of characters, so it's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got
Yeah.
you.
Love Island, that's coming out this summer.
That is.
If it is not as good as last season, I'm gonna. But I think that honestly, at this point, I'll take whatever they give me. Like
Yeah.
I'll start watching and I won't be able to stop.
The thing with Love Island is I give it like 2 weeks and then maybe just that first week. If I'm not sold on the contestants, then I'm out. But it's digestible regardless. It's very rare that it like sucks.
Mhm.
So I mean, they got big shoes to fill. Like,
Yeah.
humongous. Biggest I've ever seen.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see
Yeah.
if they fill it. But I'm excited for it. Right now, actually, I could have mentioned it in the beginning of what I'm currently watching. I'm watching Love Island All Stars
Mm-hmm.
because I have been watching Love Island since the beginning, the UK version.
Is it all stars that are just from the UK?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's also, I saw yesterday that they are also distributing it through Peacock right now
Mhm.
too, like the current season of the All Stars. It's season 2, and I'm like, did they bring anyone from the other? No. Yeah, so All Stars is just the UK version, and it's been 11 seasons or 12 seasons of Love Island, so there's a lot of contestants they can bring back. Season 1 was fantastic in my eyes.
Because there's no rules. They started, which, for the safety of the people and optics.
Yes.
But if you get rid of the smoking corner,
Yeah.
where are people going to go gossip?
Exactly.
And where are you going to film it?
Exactly.
So,
I agree.
But the first season, that one is
Great. And then, so Love Island All Stars Season 1 is also great because I think they get... the issue now with Love Island... I can talk about Love Island forever, so stop me. Please, soon. But the issue now is, like, people go on to be influencers, right? So
Yeah.
that... Are they being genuine or not?
like Cordell and his Cheez-It sponsorship.
Yes. But we love Cordell. He was probably the most genuine one in there.
It was, yeah. I can't believe Serena is just into that, though. He's so corny.
He is, but she found her man, so we'll let them be, and they're still together.
Yeah.
And that's crazy that they want it, but because they had a terrible start. But the All Stars, what I love about it is that all these contestants are now like the reason why they first had gone to the show, if they were to become they wanted to become an influencer, they already have that, so they already have a fan base. So now they're genuinely in it for love.
Mm-hmm.
Last season, the winners are still together. They're loving. They make sense. You're like, okay, this is a cute couple. You root for them. They had, I think, 2 out of the last 4 are still together. And so this season, I was very excited to see who else will come back and try to look for love and stuff like that. And it's going well. And if you want to watch Love Island All Stars, it is on Peacock right
Do
now.
you feel like, because I've watched some of the UK, but not all of it, not even that much. Can I watch All Stars without that? Or do I really need to know the characters before to really appreciate it?
I want to say you do need to watch it before, because also what happens is people come back, they're older, like someone was on the show when they were 22, now they're 29. That's another good aspect. They're older contestants. And you notice the change, and also they do try to not rewrite, but show who they are now. And there is beauty in that when you're watching it. If you knew who they were in the past,
Okay.
you can appreciate that more. I think you still watch it, but that appreciation of, wow, you used to be this person and now you're this person is pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I can imagine that being fun to watch. The last one that I have, because we already talked about Secret Life of Mormon Wives, is season 5. They finally have a release date, April 24th.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, at this point, I'm not that excited about, but I was so waiting for it last year.
Right. I'm like, what?
I've moved on, okay? I've moved on. Yeah, a little bit. I'm still gonna watch it. I don't know. Other things have filled my life
I
in the
agree.
time since I finished it and read all the books.
When
So.
was season 4? Last year or the year before? 23? 24.
I think it was last year, but at the beginning, it's pretty early on.
I'm sad that Penn's going to be leaving out TV screens. Like, Penn Badgley, I hope he comes back in another show.
I don't know. He has his podcast and other stuff, so I wonder if he'll just kind of focus on that for a little bit.
I feel like he will. That makes my heart a little sad.
Yeah,
it's all
I
right.
do.
It's all right.
That's why I like you, is because of him.
Yeah.
Really only because of him. So.
You and the rest of us.
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else?
I don't. No, I think you mentioned, I was going to mention you too. Nah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it was great. I'm excited. We'll go home and watch some of the shows and
Yes.
be able to maybe Joe Schmo will be on my list of what I'm watching
next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not, but
It might be on mine.
yeah.
I'm gonna check
Yeah.
that out. Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds good. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Are you watching? Are you watching this? Are you watching this? Yeah.